Oh, I didn't think of an intro. Okay.
That's the intro.
Yeah! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. I am here. We're doing a little something different. I'm here with Renee and Person, and we are going to talk about what we think is going to come in the Pokemon Presents happening maybe at the end of the month. It'll be in about 2 weeks by the time this video is up.
I mean, I hope there's a Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day. What they just skip
I would
a year?
assume they would never skip a year.
Yeah,
That's
well,
my first. That's
yeah.
the first prediction. There's
That's
actually
the
a
first
Pokemon
prediction, there's
Presents.
gonna be one.
No, I think there will be one in we're recording this on Sunday, so in about 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
That's
We're recording this on the 9th of February.
Wow,
and
dating the video right off the bat.
It's okay.
Just so we can get our predictions out.
I know we're posting this on Friday, like in a week, so it's like they just announce it by the time. Damn it!
Sorry, no presents this year. Just look at the ZA pictures. It's so cool, and then the video's completely outdated. What do we do if they just say no presents this year?
I'd probably sit there.
Right.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I
My
wouldn't
reaction
be
half of the video is gonna be real boring.
just close to black screen.
For those of you who don't know, this video is going to be split into 2 parts. So Dylan's channel is going to have the half of the video where we are going to make our predictions on the different aspects of Pokemon Presents, all of the apps and games they have out at the moment that constantly receive updates, and giving our predictions on each one. Then you can come over to my channel and you will get to see our reactions and necessarily what we thought of and how close we got with our predictions in this video. So
and
make sure to leave both of us a like and subscribe, and it's much appreciated.
yeah, their links are in the description. Don't worry.
We gotta check out mine.
Nothing's going on.
Person just wanted to join.
I was invited, and I said, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay, here's the thing. I because it's the 29th anniversary, I could see them holding a lot back in this Presents, which kind of sucks, but I'm like, I could see it, and I wouldn't be entirely surprised. I think we're still gonna get a Presents, because we've had one for, like, the past few years now.
I can't even believe this is, like, a point that we're actually, like, not sure. There's absolutely gonna be a Presents.
Yeah,
That's all we were meaning. There's no way there's not gonna release news on Pokemon Day.
Pokemon Day, it's just one video of the CEO going, we didn't make the present, we were too busy with ZA. Look at this picture on my phone, that's all you're getting. See you in 2 months.
And it's, like, grainy, and you have to, like, squint.
Yeah.
So, what's the first... So, I have a feeling that a lot of the apps are going to get probably, like, little minor updates or little new Pokemon joining their rosters.
Yeah, because...
Before we move on too far, I do want to say, I do think there's still going to be notable... This present's probably going to be ZA focused. And honestly, I mean, I don't want to jump the gun a bit, but I think it's going to... You know that they're going to be focused on the new TCG set that's coming out in March?
Okay, so
yeah.
I have a little bit more information on this. So, are you referring to the Journey Together set, like the Pokemon?
Journey Together comes out in March.
So, yes, as of the recording of this, pre-orders are pretty difficult to come by. This is during the Pokemon scarcity in terms of pre-orders, so it is quite difficult to get a hold of any of the cards at the moment. The Japanese version of the set, Battle Partners, is already out. So that's what people have been opening. That's the big set. There's also a black and white set that's supposed to coming out. But then in April is the really big set because they're doing, I think it's April, it's the Team Rocket return set. So the Rocket Pokemon are making a return for the first time in probably 20 years, which some people are very excited for.
Right. I guess since we're kind of talking about TCG right now, I'm not the biggest TCG fan, so I really don't pay attention to that part of the Presents. But I do you think it's late enough to announce another, like, TCG Pocket set? I think it would be something like the Celebi one.
I feel like
Yeah, we probably might get a mini set like the Celebi one.
Probably,
Though
yeah,
I
like the
will
Celebi.
say, Space Time Smackdown did just come out last
Yeah,
week,
no,
so
it just came
Right.
out.
like,
That's why I was like,
like
is it too soon?
they don't. They might do a mini set because they
I
kind of
mean,
did one not too long after Genetic Apex released. But
yeah.
honestly, if they did, it'd probably be like Giratina focused maybe because this was Dialga
Yeah.
Palkia focused. So this might be
That'd
either
be,
Right. And I
Arceus
that's
didn't get any cards
One
in this set. He's
one of
very
the
noticeably
mythicals.
missing. Like, no, because the Lake Trio got Cresselia, Darkrai, and Giratina all got cards, but Giratina didn't get an EX, which is surprising. So people are
Probably
thinking
Giratina
Giratina,
set.
Mhm.
set, Arceus set, Lake Trio more
Yeah.
I think
focused
I
because the
think I
mythicals.
I think I'd actually I'd be kind of surprised if we got a good amount for TCG Pocket just because they just released a set and I don't think they'd say anything about the trading stuff because I know they're
They
changing it.
did. They said
Yeah,
they're
but
changing
I
it,
think
and
it's
twice you've received tokens for trading.
right. But I think it's too soon to say anything else on that as
Yeah.
of the presents. So I don't think they would have that a part of the presents, and I don't think there's really anything. I mean, gonna watch us back, and it's gonna
I
be.
disagree. I think there's going to be a release of a Giratina set or a Arceus set or
I see
some
that.
kind of creation quad set.
I
Like
really could see.
you'll
Yeah,
see
no,
something.
definitely.
I think something
I think
small. It'll be a
if they
mini
did
set if
do
it
it,
is.
probably an Arceus set. Is that
Yeah,
would
that's
be
the
Yeah.
the best? Is it
only
with
card that's
Celebi
noticeably
focused?
absent. Oh,
Yeah.
only card noticeably absent.
Yeah, and then put a Giratina EX in
I
I think they
could-
didn't want to make an Arceus card because he's like God.
I think the thing too is that I think they're gonna wait. I think they're gonna wait, and I think they'll do a Gen 6 set by the time ZA releases. That just makes sense to me.
So they're not necessarily divided. This is the last thing I'll say about Pocket.
You're
before we
fine.
should move on. So they're not necessarily dividing the sets up by generation. Like Genetic Apex, yes, the focus was 151, but there was some non-151 Pokemon in there. And the Mythical Island was not just Gen 2.
Right.
Celebi and Mew were the focus.
But I could
neither of
see
them
them
are the same
doing.
generation.
Yeah, I could see them doing something, at least based on
Maybe, but
ZA.
I mean, to
Probably,
be fair, Gen 6 is the smallest Pokedex by far. Even if you include all of the Megaforms, it's the smallest Pokedex by a large margin. So you'd run out of cards.
I mean, I could see them.
If you
definitely
don't-
would have.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I could definitely see them if they are gonna do definitely way down the line. Probably shouldn't even be talking about it because this presents, but it definitely would be like Zygarde, Yveltal, Xerneas set.
Yeah,
best
maybe.
of cards bases, and then that would be a pretty easy set to make. Easy as in easy in the theming wise.
Right. All right,
Make it
let's
pretty
turn off of. I think is there anything TCG related you guys have?
Not physical or pocket.
Yeah.
Most of that
TCG
stuff is already
Online? No.
known. Most of that's the problem is for the regular TCG, most of the stuff is already known. So none of this would be
Yeah.
new information. So I don't think the live like the physical TCG
Right.
will get any information. This is all separate and all known.
Right.
This is mostly games. Pocket might get something, but not
Right.
regular TCG.
Yeah, I don't. I think we've covered
Ooh,
everything.
think the
in
cafe
that.
remix is
Yeah.
ready.
Okay, so I have a similar. Okay, so for Pokemon Cafe Remix, Unite, EX, I have a Sleep. I have a similar vibe. They have announced earlier that this is like the year of the Eevee. That's why the prismatic evolution
Is
drops
it?
are spread out. Yes. So I have a feeling that if anything that these games are going to get in regards to new Pokemon, it'll probably be Eeveelutions, or people who are known to use Eeveelutions. So
Yeah.
might get I don't play any of these games, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not
I
knowledgeable
don't
in
either.
what characters are already in the game. But if there's not an Eevee or an Eeveelution in them, they're gonna get them.
Right.
That's my
I think the main thing you get in a cafe remix is an EV. So again,
Yes.
I don't know.
I thought it was a Pikachu.
I
Is
think
it
it's both.
Okay,
I'm
so
I mean,
Yeah.
both are in it. I know for sure
Yeah.
Eevee's in it.
okay, so then you'll get Eeveelutions in that one.
Yeah.
and I feel like,
Or an
Yeah,
Eevee themed dessert. Don't you make desserts in that game? It'll
Yeah,
be
Yeah.
Evolution themed dessert.
Yeah.
What this is off Cafe Remix, but I was listening to a podcast the other day and they mentioned in Sleep that Koraidon might be put in Sleep, which I think is kind of
Yeah.
I played it when it came out, but I think that's like kind of interesting. I'd be down with it. Give me
I think it'd be
Koraidon.
cool.
Yeah,
And yeah, no, definitely
probably.
a sleep event that they're gonna definitely a new legendary event probably will be announced this event.
Because
That
they
seems like a
did
safe bet.
Raikou last year,
They
right?
did. Well,
They did the
have
legendary
they?
beast last year.
Did they do all 3 of them, or did they just do Raikou?
Yeah, but it was spread out. But
Okay.
yeah,
Got it.
all three.
Okay.
Probably be
So,
another
Persons of
probably
trio.
Pokemon
the
Sleep players,
legendary.
what we're saying.
Now you played it for 2 days. Yep, I know how Pokemon Sleep works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Masters I
think-
don't play. I'm kind of with you though, Renee, is that I'm unsure how much of it is, but I think there is going to be a lot of evolution based stuff.
Here's my wild prediction for Masters EX, which goes back to cards, and I probably should have said it before we transitioned. I think they're gonna announce. They're gonna do like a big announcement, like, "Oh, here's the set. Here's when it's coming out," or maybe like even the Rocket set, and then it's gonna immediately go into Masters EX, and it's gonna be like, "Oh, here's the new character that's related to the card set," and then they're gonna go past
Oh, like
that
a
to the
Team
next
Rocket
thing.
takeover, like they did in
Yeah.
Pokemon Go
Ooh,
years
okay.
ago.
Go, yeah.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
Although I do think they might have already done that with Giovanni, so I do. My only theory is that it's gonna be like card and masters are gonna be related somewhat.
Okay.
And
I
then
really still don't think that the live physical TCG is going to get any news.
it's gonna be like a small mention.
I don't even think that. They never do that. And like it's like such a separate thing because it's not a video game. I feel like the Pokemon
Yeah.
Presents is always like the apps and the video games.
feel like
or, like,
They definitely cover it though. I think every Presents pretty much they've talked about it to some extent.
maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon Go, do we think they're gonna bring a mention to the game? The game itself is also
Yeah.
getting close to 10 years old. It'll turn 9 in July, so
Okay.
Again, they're probably gonna. Wait, really? The 10th anniversary of Go is
I know.
also on the 30th anniversary. That year is gonna be perfect for.
I know.
July
26th year.
2016
I-
when the game came out.
Yeah.
I'll hold off on that, but because they're doing their Black and White event right now, or
Yeah,
something like
probably.
that.
Dual Destiny is going on right now. I am not knowledgeable at everything going on because
I
I
could
am,
see
as
them-
you
I
say,
could-
a filthy casual.
Right, I could see them announcing because this has been going on for a little while now. I could see them announcing their next season or whatever.
Yeah, they could.
I mean
maybe,
that
Next
pretty
event.
much frequently. That pretty much
They
frequently
might.
happens. It's pretty much just like what's the next gonna be raid Dynamax.
Mhm.
Like there's probably gonna be something for that.
Yeah. There's definitely
I'd
gonna be. Oh, go on.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say probably the Zekrom and Reshiram and Dynamax raids or something like that. They've already
I
been
mean-
released. They've already been
Yeah.
released as legendaries. They've slowly been rolling out Gen 7 Pokemon and Gen 8 Pokemon lately, it seems, as well. So I'd expect
Do
something
they have-
related to that.
Koraidon and Miraidon and Go.
No, I don't
don't-
think so.
No.
I guess now that would
Yeah.
make sense. Dynamax are the.
I have to
current
actually
one.
look at that. I don't actually know the answer to that.
I
off the top of
feel
my
like
head.
they aren't in because I've.
I don't think so. I feel like I'd see them if they were.
No,
like
you
they'd be
have an image in your
broken.
head of like Koraidon in the Go art style as opposed to the SV one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's not.
Yeah, that's
Pokemon Unite. Who do we think's
Unite.
the next character gonna be?
Oh,
The
what?
same thing as last time, evolutions. I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
evolutions become a pair.
isn't because Eevee's not in the game, right?
correct.
Eevee's in the game as you can get a lot of the evolutions actually. How
Oh,
many-
okay.
Isn't Sylveon in the game?
Sylveon's in, Leafeon's in, Umbreon's in, Glaceon's in, Espeon. Yes, I think Sylveon.
Are they all in?
Not Vaporeon and not Jolteon and not Flareon.
Oh, so not
Okay.
like the main.
I think that.
So
Yeah, I think
there you
so, those
go.
three is-
Yeah.
Yeah, probably them.
So there you go.
Yeah, I
There's your
could. Yeah,
event right there.
there you
There's
go.
their event, all three evolutions, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't play Unite if it's not clear.
Me neither.
Very, very scarcely play Unite with one character only. So
Max
yeah,
tried
I've
to
got
get me
nothing.
into it, and I hated every second of it.
It's a MOBA.
It's a game.
I
It's
Would
a
you
League of
guys-
Legends ripoff.
Yeah.
I prefer to play Marvel Rivals. That's my hot take.
Yeah. That's.
I'm not-
Marvel Rivals podcast.
Now,
No.
speaking of Pokemon spin-off games
Speaking
that
of
are
spin-offs.
fantastic. So speaking of
What's that?
spin-offs, I would like, I don't care if my prediction is wrong or way off. I want a new Mystery Dungeon game, and I don't mean a remake of Sky, Darkness, and Time. I mean a brand new game with a new story. So that's my prediction.
My.
Go ahead.
Oh. I think for Mystery Dungeon, I think they're gonna do a remake of Sky of the Explorers.
I'm gonna
game.
be so sad because those games are perfect. You can't remake them. They're perfect.
I mean, they're just gonna it's gonna be. I think it's just gonna be style of DX ported onto the Switch, and or even if they need another filling game to get to right before ZA is gonna be Mystery Dungeon Explorers.
Make a new flagship. Make Explorers the next Mystery Dungeon game, the new flagship game for the Switch 2 instead of Legend ZA.
You know,
yeah.
I can dream. I can dream.
not to very quickly turn the page, but damn it! What was I gonna say? Keep talking. It'll come back to me.
I think it's gonna. I don't think they would make a new Mystery Dungeon with Switch 2 on the flag. I think if they are gonna make a new Mystery Dungeon, that'll be like year 2 of Switch 2.
I agree. I think it'll be. I don't think it'll be next year. I think it'll be the year after.
I'm so sad, guys. I've been waiting 14 years.
14 years for another one. No, I think they're gonna. It's gonna be made by the same. Like they're gonna remake for, on the Switch. It's Explorers of Sky. I'm just gonna say that. So remake. They're gonna make that, and that's gonna be their final getting their reins on the
It better not be freaking like Detective Pikachu, where it's very clearly supposed to be on the system before, and it's so bad.
Detective Pikachu 3 when?
No, I was so happy when that game finally came out, so I could be done hearing about it. I played through the entire game. It was awful. It was made for 3-year-olds. It was awful. The only thing that made it funny was that we were in call, and we would just meme the story. It's a shot for shot of the movie that came out 5 years earlier.
Man, I love Ryan Reynolds, guys.
Yeah.
They even made him look like Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, I do have another thing for Pokemon Home.
I forgot that existed. That's right. They've been releasing the shinies. Shiny Manaphy and Fion next. You have to complete the Brilliant Diamonds and Shining Pearl Pokedex.
Yeah. Hardest challenge in the series, having to play BDSP.
But that's kind of my question. Do you think they're gonna announce stuff for doing Sword and Shield or Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee?
No. They're gonna do Shiny Victini, and then somewhere in the world, Max will finally cry tears of joy because they'll be able to get their favorite Pokemon in Shiny.
I think they're gonna have to cry tears of sadness. I think it's gonna be Keldeo for Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
It's in the post game. Shiny Victini for Unova Remakes 1.
Yeah, so far down the line.
Well, that's.
You know what sucks is now I have to set up home so that I can actually do this and get shiny.
Yeah,
I haven't done it. Genuinely, there's nothing there.
You're telling me I'm gonna have to pay for home to make my living dex? God damn it!
I just want to go back to before because I know Dylan home.
No, you're fine.
I don't think there's gonna be any shinies announced because they did it just randomly on a maintenance update. I don't think they're gonna have it be either. They're gonna announce it in one of the oh yeah, you can do this, by the way, it's so cool, and it'll be 5 seconds and then they'll move past it, how the Mewtwo raids, not Mewtwo raids, the Dialga and Palkia raids were announced earlier this year. Where it was just kind of an after.
I'm wondering too if it would be kind of interesting, and this is kind of just an idea and doesn't have to be related to the presents at all, but it would be kind of cool if they added more they added more of a reason to do stuff with home. And like yes, you get Pokemon and stuff, but like maybe there's like little like side games that you can play and
I
like
don't think that would be cool,
I
but I
think it
don't
would
think
be
that's ever
cool.
happened. They'd probably just be better off making another game.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Uh, I had it written down that they could maybe do another spin-off, but I think that they'd save that for again year 30.
Yeah, I have a
Right.
feeling a lot of this is like a holdover year for the,
Mhm.
Yeah.
3-decade anniversary of Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do still think that maybe they've had the people who made DX working on a Explorers of Sky remake for the Switch, and they're just gonna have that as like, oh, here's something you can do to pass the time while ZA we wait for ZA also. ZA.
I really hope it's not that, like, the way you make that sound is like, it's just so, like, half-assed. Like, I would like,
I don't I
DX
know
was actually enjoyable.
it
like,
was a
even
really
as,
good game. I don't want to. I did like DX. It is a good game, and I
do
do
I
think
think
that
it... Mm.
I think they'll do it just as like because like it's a side game made by probably by a different company.
Yeah, it
they
was made
oh,
by,
they'll
like,
oh,
Chun initially, but I don't know if they still exist.
I think they hope they still
Like,
exist. That
I hope so. They did the Mystery Dungeon
Ooh.
games right.
Okay, this is switching topics, but just cuz I have it written down. Do we think we're going to get something black and white related?
No.
In what form? Like,
Well, okay,
a
because
game
okay,
or...
so ZA is probably going to come out sometime before June, I want to guess.
Yeah.
That still means that they have a November game potentially. So do we
See, here's
think
what
that there's going to be something in November?
I think they
I
could
don't think so, because I think they were I think they were trying to change how they were doing the game releases, and they were trying to take their time on this.
I think
Like,
honestly ZA could be the November release.
yeah.
And I think with the theoretical Mystery Dungeon remake, they'd have something like a side game as
You're
the
building my hopes up,
Right.
and I'm only gonna
I'm
get
building
dashed.
up.
Like,
I'm very
it's like a
sorry.
non-zero chance every year that it's Mystery Dungeon. Like,
I think it's
closer
gonna
to
be-
0.
It's side game, then ZA, and that's gonna be the year.
I see.
of
I
like-
think it's
have a
almost
feeling
it's the
entire
opposite, but
thing is, I think the entire thing is on ZA right now. So I don't think there's
Yeah,
any other
right.
secret side game. I think that's why they have all these apps now, because they're a lot easier to develop. So I don't think we're
Yeah.
gonna see, as much as, believe me, as much as I joke and want another Mystery Dungeon game remake or brand
Sorry.
coming out of my cage. As much as I want a new Mystery Dungeon game or a remake of a Mystery Dungeon game that's done well, I think the entire thing is on ZA and like the supposed start of Gen 10 or remake of Gen 5. I don't
Mhm.
think
Yeah.
any kind of side game is going to hold us over. I think they're trying to
Yeah.
change
No,
what
yeah.
how they develop games.
Well, okay. Here's. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just said that's fair.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so sorry. I think it was last year, like right after the Pokemon Presents, they I don't know, I forget what exactly it is, but basically Game Freak is partnered with Ilka still to make games. And so I'm kind of I'm and this is my pitch. This is just my pitch. This pure
Don't let this red black
speculation.
and white.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't think Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are terrible games.
Dylan,
Oh?
I'm going to stop you right there.
Oh, okay.
They are F tier. They are F
They
tier
are
games.
no. Sorry,
Dylan, I can go on a 45-minute rant for why
I'm
those
gonna-
are the worst games Pokemon has ever put out,
I'm gonna
and
why
why
back
I
it.
think even Red and Blue and Yellow, that are almost 30 years old, are better put together and better balanced than
Oh,
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Hold on, tag me in for this. I want to add on to that. It's
Let
so
me at
bad.
'em.
Help!
Let me at 'em.
Help!
I'll kill you. No, no. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are the DS games from 15 years ago.
No,
When
no,
it-
Well,
no, no.
okay.
That is shitting on one of Pokemon's best games ever put out.
No, hold on.
Diamond and Pearl have problems with the Pokedex.
I
And
will.
Platinum is just everything wrong with those games fixed. And
I-
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl went back, unfixed all of those problems, and added new ones.
I will. Hold on. No, I'm gonna fight you on this one. People only remember Platinum because Platinum was a good game. Diamond and Pearl are not good games.
Diamond
Brilliant
and-
Diamond and Pearl are also not good games. There's a
I-
reason no one plays them anymore.
Platinum is definitely the superior version. I completely
No,
agree. Platinum's
I
my
don't-
favorite. Platinum's my favorite mainline Pokemon game. So of course I agree with you.
I
I'm
don't.
saying I'm saying Diamond and Pearl are better than Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Okay. Here's.
I think that's fair, and I would agree with that.
Let me
kind of.
defend myself. Let me defend myself. I never.
Okay.
I meant that they aren't bad games in the sense that they aren't as bad as people make them out to me. I don't think that they're probably my least favorite Pokemon game, mainline Pokemon games.
I mean, they were pretty bad.
But
I don't
they.
know if I could put good in them in the same reign unless
think I
you're
could.
talking about this like the underground, because even that was better than we could have ever hoped for. But
Hold on, I can put them in the same sentence. Good to shit on.
yeah,
Maybe
I mean-
I'm just.
everything they could have done wrong with those games, they did wrong.
Fair enough.
I think they're equal. I guess I haven't played Diamond and Pearl because there's no reason to, because you can just play Platinum. If they had just ported Platinum and then just split it in half, like because they took the source code from Diamond and Pearl, it is literally one-to-one source code with Diamond
It's
and Pearl.
literally
same bugs
it's
and all.
literally it's everything. But the problem is that you've moved it from a 2D. Well, this is so not speculation. We could do this in another video where I shit on Diamond
Well,
and Pearl
okay.
and
Here's.
where I shit on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl for 45
Diamond Pearl.
minutes.
Okay. Here's my concept. I think they do what they did with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, maybe make it a little better and don't make it terrible. But in the sense of it is a almost one-to-one remaster of a game. And they port all like they help. They port past games to it so you can play them on the Switch, especially the games on the 3DS.
Is this the year we get GBA on Nintendo Switch Online? Yeah, really out of everything. Let it out. We need it. We got nothing.
Alright.
No.
Shall we move on to what we obviously want?
I
to
think
all
I think
discuss?
you want to. Well,
I'm
okay, I
gonna-
wasn't
gonna-
fully done with my
Yeah.
speaking
I thought
of
we'd all come to
ports.
the agreement that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl suck, and that was the end of the discussion.
Yeah.
No. Speaking of ports, and this can be wherever, however done. I would not be surprised if they bring some ports out. Again, this can be something that waits till next year because 30th anniversary.
I feel like they would do ports to like not on
They're
the
gonna-
30th anniversary.
They're gonna
I
release
guess-
a port. They're just gonna release a port for Switch 2 that allows you to play every other previous game on the Switch 2.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
here's my
I just said that. I do thinking about it, celebration of 30 years, they definitely could do that for
Right.
year 30.
here's my not dream Pokemon game, but one of my dream Pokemon games is
A
you
Mystery Dungeon game?
No. You take each version and you have 2 Pokemon versions and have like do something a la like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl where it's a remaster of the same game, but you go through and like let's say the base game starts in Kanto and this is stupid and I don't support the idea, but it would make a hell of a lot of money, is if they add expansion packs to add each new like another region onto the game.
I mean, at that point, they could just make an MMO. Like, you know,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the Pokemon MMOs, fan ones that exist, they could just make that, and that would make them a lot of money, but I don't think they want to do that, judging by the fact that they haven't done it yet.
That
they
and the fact that because the game is constantly evolving, unless you do like a Final Fantasy 15 or whatever, the one that's out where you could do literally anything in the
Yeah,
game.
14.
Is it 14? My bad. All the
Yeah.
Final Fantasy people are out to get me in the comments below
MMO
now.
Final
Ah!
Fantasy.
Wrong.
But yeah, so like since Pokemon's ever evolving, like you would have to continuously update the MMO to make a Final
Mhm.
Fantasy 14 and
Which is
beyond.
how MMOs work, and it's the only way it would work. Because
It's the only like Pokemon's ever evolving. It's like, well, yeah, we could port it so it has the only because it has all 9 generations. It's like, okay, what about down the line when we have Gen 10, 11, 12, you know, like far beyond in the future. It's like
Mhm.
the graphics for Gen 12 are going to be better than the graphics for Gen 9. God willing.
I
Um,
think the
hope so.
graphics for Gen 10 are gonna be better than the graphics for Gen 9.
What they
God
need to do
willing.
is they just need to make Gen 9, but it looks like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and all.
Please
Yeah,
don't. The Let's Go games were like okay, but like
I don't want it to play like the Let's Go games because
please
the
don't make
Let's
it
Go
play
games
like
are
the
hit and
Let's
miss.
Go games.
I want it to
could,
look like them. Those games looked so good. They were the best looking Pokemon games
they were
on the
very
Switch.
cutesy. They were very cutesy and sweet, and they were nice. But
I just
I don't know.
maybe Let's Go shader with the Gen 6 art style, not Gen 7 art style. That could probably look really good. But
yeah,
yeah,
that would be too
Mhm.
bad.
Okay.
I think
Oh.
before we go to
Sorry.
the air, I gotta announce the real thing that's coming out for my man at Nintendo, man at Game Freak. The Pokemon Dash sequel. It's coming. I know it. We're gonna get it. 100% confirmed. No, okay.
Well, okay. Hey.
Pokemon Rumble. the
Hey,
remake.
don't
Pokemon
say
Rumble.
that. And I will go back. I will go back. Right before the presents last year, I make a bingo card every year.
Yeah.
And I right in my recording, I'm like, guys, what if we just get like Pokemon Z instead? And I say that to the camera, and then guess what happened? So
And see, Pokemon Z. Dude,
Yeah,
if
so
they
funny
announce a
story
Pokemon,
when Pokemon ZA got announced, I was in an Uber coming home from the airport. So
I
my
remember
Wi-Fi was
that.
awful, and all I see is Pokemon Z confirmed, and I'm like, wow, about time.
So,
But
only
not-
been 10 years.
I gotta say, if they make a Pokemon Dash 2, everyone watching this video, give me $40 right now. I
Be
called it.
$40.
I don't have $40 in my bank account.
And
Okay,
I think actually a new Pokemon Rumble could be something they would do.
I could see
If they
Coliseum as well.
Maybe I don't. I
Yes!
think they. I think. Look, I already am breaking your heart by getting your hopes up with a Mr. Dungeon remake. I think Coliseum's fucking dead.
I do too. It was not.
It's-
Yeah, there's no way it's ever coming back. That was like one of Game Freak's only games that they didn't have any hands in. So it was
Yeah,
made by a
and-
completely separate company. Nintendo hired somebody completely different to do the story and games for that. So there's no way it's ever coming back.
Mhm.
But that's fine because I
Yeah.
have both games in physical copies, so I can play them whenever I want. And they're like awesome. Go play it.
Pokemon Let's Go Coliseum when? No.
No.
Okay.
For real Stacking Machine throwing action. Move the Joy-Con. No.
Okay.
Let's go to ZA.
Yeah, let's go to ZA. Here's the thing.
Do we just want to
Um,
each take a turn and just say like what we think?
Well, yes, I will also say like we can go into a little more speculation just because this is going to be hey guys, if you viewers, if you guys really like this and are like, OMG, this is so silly goofy, I want more Pokemon podcast stuff, we can do more. So like I'm open to doing more of these, but
Yeah, catch us next week where me and Renee talk about how bad BDSP is for like an hour. And
the
then that's
podcast's
video.
gonna end with me sobbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The podcast doesn't end until we get Dylan to cry.
Oh, I've already cried. Anyway,
Podcast over.
okay.
Have a good night, you guys.
Yeah.
but we can go to our speculations, but I definitely think after the presents, when, knock on wood, when we finally get ZA news, like I think we can definitely go into more detail, but yeah, we can start.
I guess that is a possibility where like they just don't give anything for ZA. That would be the wildest timeline, and it's just like
That
nothing.
would be the wildest timeline because we're over a
they-
year now without any
yeah.
new information, which is
They
kind of
have to
crazy.
announce something.
Well, the thing is that I was looking on Twitter, but I want to say it was Diamond and Pearl. They also announced it and then went a year without any sort of news. So it's not
original. You mean the original?
Yes.
We knew about BDSP.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say, 'cause I'm like, we knew
Sorry.
about BDSP for a while.
I think I'm playing devil's advocate because there's no way they don't announce ZA anything.
Dude, I will cry.
Final.
Don't get me wrong, and I was even in the camp of I don't want them to just keep announcing things that they can't keep their promises on, or that people speculate too much, and then it's like, oh, it's definitely gonna happen, and then it doesn't. It's like, what the hell, Game Freak? Why didn't you take our ideas? But so I'm kind of glad that we're left in the dark. It gives them time to work on it and develop the game.
No, I'm glad they took a year off of game, like, because I think the only Pokemon game was TCG Pocket that released last year.
TCG Pocket was the year thing.
Yeah, and so I do think that they do need occasionally. I think it's fine having yearly releases, but I think occasionally they need to take a year gap.
No, I think it was either last year or this year they did their year gap because of 30th anniversary, and I think they did it so they could have ZA a better product and just have all that momentum going into the 30th anniversary.
I agree.
I'll be real, Legends Arceus is one of my new favorite modern Pokemon games. Like, I don't really it was just so good.
I can't tell you how happy I am to have, like, I hope that they do more Legends games after ZA. Because
I'll wait to see if Lightning is able to, if they're able to strike Lightning twice. But Legends Arceus was very good, and I think it worked because
would be a very good game.
What?
I think Legends Arceus works so well because, in my opinion, the Sinnoh lore is probably some of the best lore Pokemon's put out because it is the foundation for all Pokemon lore. Because it's like the creation of Pokemon itself comes from the Sinnoh era of lore. So I think being able to bring all that together just made the games absolutely stunning in terms of story.
I think that same reasoning is gonna be good for YZA. I think is gonna be a really good game,
right?
Because it's for Pokemon. There's like two big lore dumps. There's creation myth and the war, and this one will probably be the war.
I don't know if this one's going to go into the war or not. I don't think it's just the building of Lumio City, which is supposed to be so much after.
I think, in the way of it's going to explain the lore of the war. I think it's going to be the war happened. We have to build Lumio City. Everything's happening. There's the giant weapon over there, 2 miles away.
Here's what I'm hoping too. I'm hoping that, and this is what I've always kind of wanted, and I think they've just started doing this in general. I hope they start adding overarching stories to the games, so you have, you're not just playing separate games, and you're like, oh, this thing is happening here, and this is because of this happening from this place. And they've kind of already started that with Legends Arceus, and I'd imagine that they're going to continue it in this game. I just am interested how.
I mean, I hope they do. That would be good. Maybe some of their characters were like, "Oh, we're from Sinnoh. It's named Sinnoh."
Well,
that is so cool. I don't know. Yeah.
I feel like the timelines don't work though, because Sinnoh's supposed to be so far in the past, and this does not seem to be. This either isn't this isn't nearly as far as in the past as Legends Arceus seems to be.
Okay.
Legends Arceus is before the creation of the Pokeball.
Right,
let's recent invention. I think it's gonna be 100 years before modern era, as I would estimate.
Okay. Let's. Why don't we? We'll go however we want it, and we can share each of. Just listen to everybody's kind of speculations and stuff, and see what's up.
Who wants to go first?
I can. I can.
Okay.
It's my podcast. It's my show. Anyway, I think it's going to take place after X and Y. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Hasn't that already been confirmed that that's not the case? Like,
Isn't it? It's
No.
building.
it's the
I guess-
building of Lumio City.
No,
Yeah.
it's the expansion of Lumio City.
Oh,
It's-
that is
it's-
not how I took that initial trailer.
I'm not. Yeah.
No, it's from what I know is they basically want to refresh Lumio City, if that makes sense, and make it.
How is it a
more.
Legends game if it's taking place in the future, not the past?
I mean,
Hmm.
anyway, so I think the whole kind of premise, and this is how they're going to tie in Zygarde, is you're building a city, and so that's kind of disrupting the ecosystem, and so Zygarde's like, stop that, and that all is going to happen and stuff. I don't have that much. I'm honestly just like, I'm excited to see the game. I think, okay, here's my other thing. I think we're gonna have the regular Kalos starters as starters, but then I think we're gonna have a kind of how they did in X and Y, where you got the Kalos starters and then you got the Gen 1 starters. But I think instead of Gen 1 starters, we're gonna have 3 random starters, and that's gonna kind of be how they do it, because I want it like that, and yeah, I don't really have. I'm also like trying to like mask what because there's really not been any leaks over this, but I'm like, there's been some stuff that I'm like, is that a leak? Is that revealing too much?
You really thrown a wrench in my works of what I was thinking for the trailer. Because if it's set in the future, I'm gonna. I guess, is that all you have for your prediction of it?
Well, okay, they haven't said any. They have not confirmed or denied anything. Again,
Yeah, 'cause
we
nothing-
know nothing. I'm grasping at straws here,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I think I have a. I think it's gonna be very similar to probably the Scarlet and Violet trailer, where it's like the first one where it's like some security guard walking in a room and he's like, but not like that. It's gonna be like there's some guy in the room. Probably not actually. I think that's stupid. Why am I saying that? No, I think it is gonna be just a general, like, it's gonna have the sort of like the blueprint that they had for it, like in the first trailer, but it's gonna then cut to gameplay footage of like, oh, here's all the Pokemon, here's what the game looks like, here's where it's set. I think
That's how you're taking your prediction. Okay, I thought you meant like
Yeah.
what the game's gonna be about. I have like in terms of trailer, I expect a pretty standard Pokemon trailer.
Yeah, it's standard. I do think it's gonna. I think it's gonna. It's gonna be standard. Yeah, I think it's. I'm gonna say it's set. I guess set in the past. Although, cause that was my original guess, and I think it's gonna be you're building up Lumia City.
I don't. If it's set in the past, I don't think it's gonna be set as far as Legends Arceus
That's what I'm
compared
saying.
to
I don't-
Diamond and Pearl.
It's gonna be like 100 years before, like very, and it's gonna. Oh, there's all the Pokemon, and then it's all the city. Oh, here's a cool area. Here's a cool area. Here's work in progress tower. The Lumio City tower isn't there. We gotta build it. And then very end, cut to either like out of gameplay or maybe even it's like a cut. All 3 of the new starters, whatever this or not new starters, whatever the starters are, all 3 of them lined up, and then trailer ends. Cut the title card. And it's like Legends ZA, and then that's all we get.
Okay, I guess my predictions go a little deeper than the both of you.
No, that's
So-
okay. I
Yeah,
am
no.
not creative.
So in terms of like what's gonna get released in the trailer, I think we're gonna learn. I think we're gonna learn up to 3 things. We're going to see the starter lineup. I think we're gonna know at the very least the month the game is coming out, or
I forgot to say release date. They're definitely gonna have a release date underneath.
I think
like
we're
that.
gonna finally learn what that is, and I think they're finally gonna reveal if there's a new mega evolution, any new mega evolutions, because I think they're
Oh,
going to show
yeah.
off that there's one. Like, I think they're either going to show off that we're going to get new megas, or it's just going to be the megas are returning because they have been absent since Gen 8. So
I
it
would
has
be.
been a few years.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I am also in the camp of this game is going to take place in the past, and this is my idea for the basic story. I don't think Pokemon's going to go into actually discussing war, as
I don't.
cool
Yeah.
as
No.
that would be. I don't think they're going to do that. So that's why I think they're not going that far back. They're going to the creation of Lumio City. I think this is going to be more of an environmental based kind of game where you're probably going to be working with someone who's building the city but like loves Pokemon, so wants to make it accessible to Pokemon. And you're probably going to have somebody who's working on the city who like is building it to keep Pokemon out, similar to how they did in Legends Arceus, but instead of like her turning around and actually being like a good person, or not a villain. So I think your
The
villain
wise
is going to be
family
somebody who wants to
ancestors.
like build a city to wall out Pokemon, because
Yeah.
in the Legends games, Pokemon are actually dangerous. So like a good reason. So you'll probably start off with like, well, yeah, that's a good reason. Like Pokemon are kind of dangerous in the city, are kind of dangerous. So I get
Right.
it.
I.
I'm still not.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
No, you're
sorry.
fine.
I
Like I
have
said, no, a
ideas.
lot of like I said, a lot of breakdown here. In addition to that, I think we're finally going to actually learn how Mega Evolution was created. I know we've already
Yay.
hinted that it had something to do with Zygarde and when the weapon was fired off, but I think we're finally going to get more information on that. And I think if they release new megas, we'll have to learn why in the future, aka X and Y, not available anymore. So something
Man, I wish
happened
you
with
went
that.
first. Mine was so lame compared to.
I know. We should have. Yeah. Damn.
And then the absolute cherry on top, after 10 years of waiting, Flygon's gonna get a mega.
Okay.
All of that, everything else that I've just said could be completely and totally false, and the game can actually be C tier, but if Flygon gets a mega, it'll be S tier in my heart. There is absolutely no way you have art block after 10 years. There
No,
is
it's
so much fan art and fan inspiration. Just don't make it Bug Dragon, and it'll be perfect.
actually amendment to my trailer concept. It actually isn't any of what I said, and instead it's just the CEO being like, "Yep, we still couldn't figure out Mega Flygon." Fade to black.
Trying, trying. Because it's first Pokemon game I never buy.
No, I agree. I mean, I think it's gonna be in either the present or future, not super far future, but future. But that's just me.
I think if it's in the future, they're gonna go all in, like way further
Oh,
ahead, like
yeah.
100
Like, how would
years.
it be a Legends game, as in, like, we're telling you the tale of something if it's in
I
the
mean,
future?
you can
Yeah,
still
you
tell
could.
a tale of something that is.
And you can
Yet
also
to happen?
still.
Yeah.
I think you can
Western?
tell tales in the present day, but still talk about things that had happened.
I guess.
Yeah.
I think I don't. That's the issue. I'm sorry. Somebody talk.
I think. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. What do you guys think the starters are gonna be? 'Cause I
So I would really like that they. So first of all, I don't think any of the starters from Legends Arceus will make their return, and I
No.
also think that all three starters won't be from the same generations that got chosen. So I don't think we'll see something from 2, 5, and 7. Um.
On the
So
contrary, I think
that
Snivy would make a
leaves.
really fun French starter.
yeah, no, I think
Yeah, I guess if there's like, I guess if the Pokemon like fits the French theme, it might come back. But I
my
think
gone.
no, you're fine. I'm just trying to. So I'm trying to think of the generations that didn't have any representation in Legends Arceus. So that would be 1,
Get the
3,
fuck out of here with
4.
1.
Well, I'm sorry. It's one of the generations that didn't get represented. So I'm
I'm
just
joking.
stating
I'm
numbers.
joking. I'm
Doesn't mean I
joking.
want that.
Arr.
1, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 9. And I don't think they would do 6 either because they did do 4 for Legends Arceus. So
Mhm.
My guess on this for that is that I don't think they're not gonna do Gen 9 because that's the latest one. I don't think they're gonna do Gen 1 because they already have. I guess they could do it's like Z Mega. Okay, I think Gen 1's gonna be in the game. I don't think they're gonna be the starters.
Yeah.
It really better not. If Charizard gets a third Mega Evolution and Flygon
Mega
gets shafted
Charizard Z will
Z
be
and
in.
and Flygon gets shafted again, I'm gonna
We
really
couldn't
hate.
figure
I'm
out
gonna hate
Mega
Charizard
Mega
even more than
Okay.
I already do.
Here's what I think is gonna be. I think they're gonna do Snivy, and then I think they're gonna do Raboot, and then I think they're gonna do Quaxley, because I think they're the 3 most pretentious starters.
Not even Score Bunny, just straight to Raboot.
Oh,
Yeah, they
sorry.
first Pokemon game, no first form starter. I think it's gonna be. I think if they're gonna, there's 2 options for this. If they don't just do the regular starters of, I think it's gonna be Empoleon as the water one because that is probably the most French water type, and then Snivy for the uh Snivy for the grass type because again most French of all of them.
Yeah,
And then and
I'm
it's
gonna
like
scream if Snivy's not in this game.
if Snivy isn't in, that'd be the funniest thing ever. But like, I think it's either. I think Snivy's the only thing I would say I would be surprised if they didn't put it in because it's like the only grass starter who isn't the main like starter of Chespin
Mhm.
that like makes sense for it. All the other ones are like, why are you in France? That's
Why
I
are
think
you in France?
Why are you
why
in
are
France?
Why are you here?
No, could you just imagine like Snivy with one of those like thin like
Oh.
twirly mustaches?
So do we think that they're gonna get new new final evolutions? Do we think they're gonna get new final evolutions and mega
I think
evolutions?
either new if they do different set, I think new evolutions and a mega
Mhm.
or just new evolutions. I mean, they could do like how in X and Y your starters didn't have megas and it's just like new evolutions.
I think
All-
the Kalos starters, regardless on if they are the starters or if we're getting a random pair of starters, I think regardless the Kalos starters are gonna get mega evolutions.
yeah.
I think it was a
Yeah.
very bold move to make your starters not actually get the gimmick.
That's
Like
very
Like
that
they gave
generation.
them, they went back on that in
Yeah,
Oraz
in
and
Aura.
gave the Gen 3 starters mega evolutions.
No,
Which
not
is
even
why-
that. Like, well,
yeah.
that Gen 6 was the generation that got added. So
They
Gen
put
6,
megas
like that's when Mega got released, and Gen 6 had zero representation of actual Mega evolution. Like nothing.
No Gen 6 megas. A real honestly a real stupid decision, although I do think the games were kind of rushed because there's so much that just isn't explored in X
Yeah.
and Y.
But Gen 7, it's like you get then Gen 7, like the gimmick was Z crystals, and regardless of my feelings on Z crystals, like all 3 starters got a custom Z, like got a unique Z crystal.
Yeah.
And then
I
for
mean, I
Gen
will-
8, you had Dynamaxing, and all 3 Gen 8 starters got a Gigantamax.
Given
Heck,
they didn't get it in the base game. You had to buy the
Yeah.
DLC
no,
for
but
that.
you had to get the DLC. But even like,
Nah.
but even
I
then, like they got something. Like Gen 6, like Greninja, despite its Greninja technically even got a Mega Evolution if you count Battle Bond Greninja because
Yeah,
it
True.
functions. It functions like a Mega, like it, but even though it isn't, it's like that.
I know. I think I've a lot of people have been saying Mega Incineroar as a bit. I do think it could work honestly. Of like
Oh please no,
Incineroar as the final
Incineroar,
one.
and like.
I don't
Wolfie
need to see him
VGC
be more
funny
buff.
memes aside, I don't need more memes of Incineroar. I don't like its design. I don't think it's. I don't care if it's god tier
Ooh,
Pokemon.
give me Mega Gudra,
Yeah.
please.
Give me
I do
Mega,
think-
give me Mega, Flygon, and Dragonite, so we can have a Dragonite.
I do think honestly they could just not give your main starters megas like they did
Yeah.
in X and Y, and it's the 3 different ones where it's like
Mhm.
again Score Bunny, Snivy, and then Piplup because those are probably the most French ones that they can do.
I think Quaxley would be
No,
a good.
don't give Quaxley and Quaquaval any more attention.
Sorry.
Than they
I
have.
don't.
They
I don't
look.
think they're
I
gonna
don't.
do
They.
Quaxley because it's the latest generation.
That's fair.
Of starters.
Yeah,
They
I don't
could
think
do-
they would include latest gen.
I saw a video where it's like there's someone who I watched. It's like predicting the starters, and then they had it as Sobble, Sobble, Tepig,
Inteleon
and then
is French.
Yeah, Inteleon is. It could also be actually. Yeah, it could be because I don't think they would do free.
Italian British because it's supposed to be a British secret
It's
intelligence
supposed to be
spy.
like James Bond, but like
Mm.
that could
Who's
be easily made
British?
French.
I
Yeah,
guess it. Okay.
it's based off James Bond.
It's across
That's
an
why-
ocean. It's fine.
That's why I think it's gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of Gen 8 mods, which is another thing.
That's
like,
fair.
It's either they do the pattern and then it's Totodile Snivy Litten. Well, like I don't see how Totodile would fit into the game at all.
You could try.
Give him a mustache. He'll be perfect.
Give him a mustache. Just throw. He's not even. It's not even a part of his form. It's just
Tower.
a fish. What? Okay, this is my a couple hopes that I hope because X and Y are
Before
uncompleted.
you continue, can we
Sorry.
take a bathroom break? Pause.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been 2 hours. I'll be right back.
So sorry. Anyway,
Okay.
okay.
Welcome back to the bathroom break.
Welcome back to the bathroom break.
From the bathroom break. Hope you pissed.
Okay, so here's sorry. Here's my top hopes that I hope ZA answers. I hope. Okay, one, I want to know who that bitch in the elevator was. That spooky bitch. I hope they confirm that the laser cannon or whatever was what made Area 0 in Paldea. Cause that's kind of just like
Is that what the theory is?
that's my theory.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like hear me out. What if the laser thing created terrestrial stuff on one end, and then on the other end, it like the fucking laser exploded, and that's what created Mega Evolution. Like, and maybe they're tied together at somehow. Oh, they're speechless. Okay. Anyway,
Person's muted, and I was making sure you were done talking. I have
No.
one hope. I have one hope for ZA, and I stated it earlier. Mega Flygon.
Mega
That's it.
Flygon.
That's it. Like you get everything else about the game,
Understandable.
whatever. Mega Flygon.
I need Charizard A through Z. I need 26
Yes.
of them.
I could see.
Sorry,
Okay,
we-
I could see them give the Kalos starters Mega Evolutions, and then give Bulbasaur and Squirtle.
An X form.
Well, yeah, or like an
I don't
X
think it
or
would be-
Y
it would be-
form.
I think it would be like a Z form.
Yeah, I
'cause-
think instead of doing like new megas, they'll probably do Z forms, which are
Mm.
functionally the same thing as a mega form. But
I mean, no, it would be like Mega Z for like the ones who
Yeah.
already have it.
Give us a Mega Charizard Z.
I need Mega Charizard Z.
I mean,
and
to
Mega
be fair,
Blastoise A.
Billy, for your video, I'm gonna send you some very cool fan game designs for Mega Flygon. Like,
Okay.
Oh, look at them all now, right above me. Look at it's so cool.
Don't make
I
me
love
do.
this one.
Don't make me do.
I hate this
no,
one.
please, 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 please.
Making Dylan edit the video.
No. That's why I'm doing a
but you see this
podcast.
one and this one. Oh, it's the right now. Oh, it's over Renee. It's gone. It's
Help! Help!
back to the where I think this. One.
No, I here's the thing. I don't even have that much speculation on this game, just because I'm X and Y were my first games, so I know that.
wait, for real?
Yes, that dates me.
They were my second. So like very early.
Fuck,
Jeez.
I'm old. My first game was Leaf Green 20 years ago.
Oh.
But Y was my first game, and so it like going back, I'm excited because nostalgia.
Now I feel so bad for all the times I've like said that X and Y were like kind of bottom tier for me, other than Mega Evolution.
Yeah,
And it
fuck
was-
you.
They aren't bad games. I don't want to bring back a how good are the Pokemon game rant because I think that
I mean, no, and I will acknowledge and be like, they're not the best Pokemon games.
they're good ones,
But,
and then you
yeah.
have to stop playing them because they don't have any notable like post game content.
Mm-hmm.
But
No,
yeah,
here's the
I-
funny thing. I had played Y. I had gotten up to Victory Road, and then Oraz came out, and then I beat Oraz, and then I was like, I should go back to Y and beat the game. And then I beat the game, and then I just am in, what, Snowbell City, is that what it's called? Or something like that. The Snow City, and
Yeah.
have not left. And now it's probably somewhere in a GameStop. That's it.
Gone for time, yeah.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. There's a lot of unanswered things, which I think ZA is going to dive into.
Yeah.
Here's a speculatory question of, I mean, I don't know if, I think, again, just want to like finalize, I think the starters are either going to be Kalos starters and they get a new Mega Evolution, or it's going to be new starters and they get a new form and then no Mega Evolution, or they get new form and Mega Evolution, because I don't think they're going to do, it would have to be all modern starters past when Gen 6 for them getting a new Mega Evolution. Like, they could just do what you like. Oh, you came over from Galar. Here's all the Galar starters, and then they get a Mega. That could be it. I don't know. Weird, yeah. I had a thought earlier where it's like, oh, like the episode of the anime where the Trico has it, the Trico has the twig in it. It was just the anime in general, and it's like, oh, cigar smoking Trico. But no, they already have a Mega.
I was gonna say, I don't think the starters are gonna be anything that already has a Mega or an alternate form.
No, yeah. I think I am fairly... I'm kind of... I mean, I think if they did it in the modern day, having the Gen 6 starter... I had to think what generation it was. Having the Gen 6 starters as the starters would make sense. But I think we would get additional I think we're gonna get 2 sets of starters in this game.
I mean, they
given to us.
They could be like, oh, here's the Gen 1 starters again. Go have fun.
Right.
Actually, what if they did Gen free starters, because the Megas for them exist?
Yeah, maybe. And then they just give them a new form and an alternate Mega.
No, I mean, even if, because like in Gen 6, they just gave you the Kanto starters because they got new Megas, and it's just they give because Mega Blaziken was in X and Y. It was the only one of the trio because they gave it out for an event, but that one did exist, so that one's gonna definitely be in the game, and they're probably gonna have the other two, or they just don't.
Or they just don't.
Although
I could, just because you can trade back to Sword and Shield, I could see them having a way that you can trade them.
Yeah, they could just. I mean, it's maybe they just don't give new. The starters are gonna have something cool because they need to market it. Yeah, we just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I've got a question. Who do you think of the Gen 7 plus Pokemon are gonna be in the game? Like how in Legends Arceus had like Petlil and Gumi, and who do you think is gonna... Riley, yeah.
That also, I'm writing this down so we can loop back.
Yeah.
God.
I think they're gonna put Mudsdale in. That's my one.
Yeah.
Yeah, horses are. Yeah, I can see that.
Horses are French.
No,
I'm kidding.
My reasoning, it's like Mega. They're gonna have Mudsdale, and it's gonna get a Mega. And the only reason why is that there's the very famous like Napoleon painting, where it's like he's riding on the horse and it's like majestic and stuff. But it's like, and the actual thing that was a donkey. And it's like, oh, this is the Mudsdale that the former leader.
Okay, so the funny thing is Mudbray is a donkey. Mudsdale
Mudsdale's a horse.
Is a Clydesdale horse, like one of the biggest horses.
Which I guess would fit. That could actually fit in the painting where it's like, oh, it looks like this cool horse, but he actually rode it on a Mudbray. That could be fun. Actually, that would be a cool reference.
I could see... Okay, this is a weird one, but I could see Gimme Ghoul.
No, actually, don't bring that stupid thing back. Collect the damn
collect
coins.
1,000 Gimme Ghoul coins.
It'll be like the freaking Spiritomb quest where you gotta collect 600 bajillion spirits.
Oh. Poltergeist.
Yeah, I mean...
Just got new forms, though.
Yeah, and that's why I was gonna.
Yeah.
My other one was like maybe a Bisharp Evo because of the revolution, but we just got King Gambit.
I
Just
don't.
got King
I mean, I
Gambit.
don't think. I don't think that really matters.
Yeah, I
But
guess not. Meowth has how many different forms now?
I know
Also,
every
also
generation.
I think I had a list, and I'm thinking a lot of the Pokemon that are like in the bamboo forest. In
Oh,
Yeah, that
like
could be
Grafii.
referenced.
I'm thinking that's why
Lag
I
Tree
think
Forest.
yeah, Lag Tree Forest. That's the top left one. It's like the Fury Falls, Laggy Falls. I think Oranguru and Passimian. That's my other one. I mainly
Mm.
Passimian because I think that would make sense.
Ooh, Flittle.
Soccer, Flittle. That yeah, I
Mm.
think Flittle would make because like
I could see a
they're-
lot of, like you said, the Pokemon in the Bamboo Forest might be a reference. So like the Polynards, the Bisharps, the Slay Kings, the
Mhm.
Heracrosses.
I'm thinking low kicks and then mega low kicks will be real as
If
foretold.
I know talking about Gen 9, but I'll try it because I'm literally scrolling back in a Pokédex right now.
No, I pulled it up earlier of like all of
Yeah.
the area with my list. My other one, let's see, Caparaja was apparently also in the bamboo forest, and I think that could. I mean, elephants really are in France, but like it could work. I'm
Are
also.
they?
I don't think elephant. No, I mean, are there?
Elephant. Are there
I'm sure there's.
elephants in France?
I'm sure there's elephants in France, but I don't think they like. I don't think you find
Oh,
them there.
I could see Clodsire being in the game.
Yay!
Yeah,
I
I mean,
Bye
love
bye.
Clodsire.
nah, they're gonna. I don't know if Clodsire is getting.
I
in.
don't think
they're-
no forms have ever been in other game like unless it's like some kind of like
Alolan Vulpix. Clodsire is gonna be the Alolan Vulpix of the
Oh,
ZA. That would actually be
Milcery.
really cool.
Milcery.
Milcery is another one that I think definitely will fit. A lot of Galar Pokemon I think are gonna be revisited.
Well, a lot of Galar and Paldea Pokemon are easily going to be in this game because they're right by each
like,
other.
I think also a lot of Galar Pokemon are gonna be in just because of I think because the unfortunate timing of when Sword and Shield came out.
Mm-hmm.
During the pandemic, a lot of Galar Pokemon really didn't get a chance to shine that much. So it would
Yeah.
make sense for a lot of them to just be in the game. Also, I think if they do something with the ultimate weapon of like, oh, this is like the weapon caused terrestrialization. If you're right, they're gonna have Glamora in the game
That's true. Yeah.
next to all the card banks
Yeah.
and stuff. And then I put Grapple Locked. I think that would be fun. If
I
they
could
do
see
eventually.
like the Roly Coly line
Ooh,
and
yeah.
maybe the Wooloo line.
It's cheap. I don't think they could put Wooloo in. They'd have to make a new form for it. Bagpipe. No, that's got it.
Maybe Squovet.
It's just. I mean.
Squirrel.
I don't think they're gonna put the.
Dylan actually just said squirrel.
Squirrel.
I hope. My dream from the trailer is that they make a Tyrantrum and Aurorus Mega, and that's the reveal.
Ooh, you know what I'm excited for in this game? I'm excited for them to have the mythicals actually available in the game.
I can finally get a DNC. I can finally get one.
I mean, I think Diancie was the only one that you could actually get through like a event or something.
Volcanion and Hoopa were released, but just they didn't give them. They just gone. Can't get them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably some Toys R Us thing that they used to do. I think.
Right.
But no, they re-released Volcanion earlier not this year, but like earlier in the couple of years. I think maybe 2023. It was a Sword and Shield distribution.
Ah, gotcha.
Hoopa was only for. I'm surprised they haven't done a Hoopa distribution in Scarlet and Violet because it's in the code, and also Diancie. Very weird that they can't.
Hey, it's never late. I could, to be fair, I could also see them doing events,
raid events
for raid events for them.
Hoopa raid event.
Ooh, that's actually a good point. I could see that.
Here's another thing of just like, what are the raid events gonna be that they're gonna announce?
They're probably gonna do more legendaries like they've been doing. Like we had Dialga, Palkia.
I mean, like
Mew and
Dialga and
Mewtwo.
Palkia can't get them in the game. Ooh, they could maybe do Zacian and Zamazenta.
Oh god, that's gonna be.
Is that
rough
too
to fight.
recent?
They aren't in the game. That's why, because all of
Oh.
the raid events that have been, you can't catch them normally in the game in the DLC. You'd have to import them in. A lot of them they probably do. Them.
I'm good. I don't have any other predictions.
I do kind of.
Pokemon Dash, it's real. No,
Yeah, no, that was a good. Oh, I do. I have another. What do you think are like gonna be the ride Pokemon and the noble Pokemon for this gen?
All gonna be new Pokemon that we don't know exist
Yeah.
yet.
Well, I mean, there's forms of
circling around. My hypothetical Mudsdale form as the ride Pokemon, like the Ursaluna, could actually be, because in Kalos was the first ride Pokemon instance where they had
No,
the
that was
Rhyhorn.
Gen 7. Oh, okay, so
because the
Gen
Rhyhorn,
6, you could ride the Rhyhorn around
ride
your
the
front
Go-Goat.
yard and the Go-Goat around that very
There's-
tiny strip of land on that one route.
There was the one route after the Fossil Town, not the gym, but the one where it's like the cave and you have to walk across rocky terrain on a Rhyhorn, and then there's also was the Mamoswine for the snow. And those are the two. Those were the like, and then the Go-Goat where you could jump up a fence, and that's pretty much it. It's like the proto. I think having a Mudsdale new form. That's my thing. I'm predicting actually. New Mudsdale form. Put in the records.
I think Trevenant.
Ooh, I mean, Trevenant,
I could see Trevenant have something. Yeah.
I mean,
do you guys think that we'd get a new Dedenne like evolution?
I don't know, because it's a Pika clone.
I could see.
True.
Yeah. That makes me think. What, only one of the new Pokemon was kind of adjacent to like I know. I mean, all of them weren't Gen 4 Pokemon for other than forms. No, all of them weren't Gen 4 Pokemon. All the nobles, because they were all of different generations. Like,
No,
were they?
They were all forms.
Cleavor was
oh yeah, you're right.
Gen 1. There was Arcanine, Voltorb. A lot of Gen, and then there's Avalugg, and then
mostly Gen 1 actually.
Yeah, Lilligant. Lilligant. And then the ride ones was Weirdeer, Sneasler, Ursaluna, Braviary, Fish. Another one. Basculegion. They were all a lot of Gen 5 in.
Yeah, a lot of Gen 1 and 5 representation there.
Yeah, I think
so. Gen 7.
I actually
give us a Veluza.
My Mudsdale theory is coming together.
No.
Veluzas.
The more I think about it, the more I could see it's a lot of Gen 7 focused, but or it's gonna be like a rogue mega. That's the other thing I could think of. It's like mega evolutions where it's like, oh, they mega evolved on their own, or they're too powerful in the mega evolution. Kick its ass. And that's the boss fights. Mudsdale.
No, I agree. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, Gen 2 water type. That could be the. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of the ride Pokemon.
I could maybe see Nacli. I forget.
Knuckles. Yeah.
I didn't touch that Pokemon. I can see it.
The Minecraft Pokemon.
Yeah, I can see the Minecraft, the Salt Minecraft Pokemon. Oh, and Tandemaus. And Fido, the Fido line.
Oh, I think Fido. But
and you guys just want to make a dessert game. You're naming all the food.
I want a dessert. No,
well, I'm also thinking like it's taking place in a city.
Definitely city of. Because I think Alchemy is definitely a good spot on in the new Alchemy form.
I can see Ice Cube.
Yeah. I mean, penguins in France. I don't think. Yeah.
Maybe.
Why are you here?
Maybe they'll have a zoo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm throwing out ideas here.
I do think, honestly, maybe if Gen 7 was kind of because Because Zygarde was in Gen 7. That's where it's got a 100% form. It would make sense for a
Yeah.
lot of Gen 7 Pokemon to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything other than Mudsdale. I think Rockruff maybe, because that's popular.
Rockruff, yeah, I could see.
That is also in the merge area of Gen 9.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rockruff Dusk the opposite of
I could
Dusk
see like
Pokemon?
Mimikyu.
And Mimikyu as
Ooh,
well.
another Mimikyu form.
That could
Mimikyu
be
just puts on the cloak of another Pokemon.
An Eevee.
The one,
outfit.
like
Ooh,
the one
Eevee.
like the
That
one
would
I
actually
have.
that could be kind of, hear me out. What if they have a new, that could be good for marketing, how it's like year of the Eevee, and then they have like an Eevee Mimikyu.
Yeah.
That could be,
Mimikyu.
I could see like Stuffle.
Yeah,
I think that's like kind of just.
My other one is that I think I will also say we're definitely getting we're probably getting Patrat and Watchhog, and we're definitely getting the Elemental Monkeys. I think those are definitely
Yes.
We want those back.
Well, I think I think the Elemental Monkeys were in X and Y, were they not?
They were in the first forest.
Yes.
Like, you're talking to #1 Simipour fan here.
Really?
I
Wow.
think Simipour is a cool ass Pokemon. That's my hot take. And honestly, I think I've become more soft on the monkeys over the years.
What if they give another evolution for the Elemental Monkeys?
That would be cool.
That would actually, yeah, I could actually.
And people like them.
I'd be on board.
I would be down. I think more. I need the fat what is it? The fat Simisear.
Here.
That was in like I looked at like the old leaks of like the Giga leak of. No leaks. I gotta remember. Fat giant monkey. That's Gen ZA.
Yeah, that's like all I was like, I think we should bring that up because I think
they never do it.
Right.
They could.
Let's just go through the Pokedex and be like, what Pokemon are French?
No time for that. Kidding me?
I mean, we've been here for an hour and a half. I think that's a good play. We've been talking for a lot, and we could.
I have like we can move on from ZA because I have a couple more things. I promise I won't keep you guys long. Okay, Gen 10.
Ain't coming. Ain't talking about it.
Yeah, no
Nothing.
way is
They're
it
giving
being
us
brought up in the Pokemon.
giving
game.
us jack shit.
Okay, here's my take. I don't think we're gonna get it this year. I don't want it this year.
I think Legend ZA is gonna be the flagship game.
Person when you were in the bathroom, Person and I were like, I think that's gonna be the game for this year. But I could see them in a world. I could see them announcing, being like, hey, this is just like the logo for the and announcing the name.
I don't think they give us anything other than a passing mention of like next year's 2026 year 30th anniversary, and that's all we're gonna get from
that's fair.
Anything of the next year. That's what I think.
Yeah, I don't think Gen 10 is gonna be even.
Right. No, and I was just posing the question because I mean, it's coming. Like if it's not this year, it's next year, and
that'll probably be what I'd have to say, maybe like a September announcement or after.
Right. ZA. And here's the thing too. I still think they're gonna bring a larger game, probably not ZA, but I still think they're gonna want to, because the Switch 2 is coming out this year. And I don't know if ZA is gonna be on the Switch or if it's gonna be on the Switch 2 or both or whatever is happening. But I still think that they'd want to make a Switch 2 exclusive game.
I think it's going to be like how Black and White 2 released when the 3DS was out, but on the DS. It's going to be final send-off for the Switch for the Pokemon series, and then Gen 10 Switch 2. They're going to...
Right.
They're just going to not have again. They're getting jack shit. We're getting nothing. They're gonna probably do another one that's closer to the year. They'd be like,
We're gonna
"Announce
get
the
like
Year
fucking
of
Legends
Pokemon."
Kyurem as well.
Yeah.
Imagine they
go.
announce.
Let's go Kyurem, baby. Let's go Simisear. Let's go Simisage. Let's go Simiport. What the?
They announced
Let's go
like
Mucky.
Black and White 3.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
I think I'll be happy if we honestly at this point all I really need for this direct presents is just show me a Legend ZA and that's all I need.
Just give us
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
But
Also-
I still think I think we're gonna get more than just ZA. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna
think-
be like, here's ZA, and then here's a snippet of this other game that is coming up.
I think in that way, but also as they spent a year and they didn't really have a mainline Pokemon game, which like it doesn't affect them because they don't make money off from all their games. But, like I do think we'd get like a mystery dungeon or a side game first quarter, and then
Mhm.
Don't
ZA,
bring
so-
my hopes up. I'm gonna come after you when it doesn't happen again.
If again Mystery Dungeon comes out, call me the predictor. The same. I don't. Whatever. I don't know. Don't.
Or maybe we're just
Gen-
gonna get like Gen 3 remasters.
Gen free on Switch. That I would take that honestly. I would. That would be awesome. You can pay $30, $60 for all of the Gen free games.
What
and
if
all
they
of the events.
yeah, what if they just like remaster all the games and just add Mega Evolution?
That would suck.
At
What?
least
Okay.
he's
What if?
honest.
Yeah. No. I gotta be real. I don't putting up modern gimmicks in them just in We've already seen it doesn't work. Back to BDSP hating. 30 more minutes of this. No.
No.
It would be like BDSP, and I don't think it would be that good, honestly. If they just ported megas into, say, Emerald, for example,
Right.
it would not. Because you're just making ORS. They already
Yeah.
did that. Get ORS came out in the 3DS.
Okay, is I have one more thing to loop back around. We did forget to talk about the anime.
Oh, I dropped off of the anime when Ash was done. I graduated
Damn it.
with Ash.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So
no,
I would prefer not to get spoilers because I will watch Horizons eventually. I just haven't.
Here's our
Okay.
anime talk. We forgot about the anime.
We forgot about the
Mad at the
anime.
one.
I think we're gonna get something for the anime. They
Something for the anime next season.
well, from what I know is when did no,
They do.
well, they might not actually because they just released the first bit of season 2 on Netflix, and so I don't think we're gonna get.
like you know how they announced what the like claymation show. It'll just be like again one of
Ooh,
those offhanded
Concierge
like,
season 2.
no, I don't
Well,
think
it
it's
is
gonna
coming. Like we might get a trailer for Concierge season 2.
be- Yeah, probably. I think it's just gonna be again passing mentions like, ah, there's this thing, it's coming out. Moving along. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything else that you guys want to bring up?
Nope.
Nope.
Pokemon Dash. It'll be real. 2026 year of the Dash. And then just cut the video there. We're done.
Oh no. Okay. Well, anyway, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that's all I have. That's all my ideas.
I
Hey
do
guys. Oh,
I think it'll be a raid event for the ending of it though. It'll be like, oh, here's ZA, and then it's like the passing. It's like, oh, here's.
Mm.
I'm looking for the transfer exclusives. You can get the legendary dogs, not dogs. Guys who beat Eternatus. And then that's the thing. Here's. No, I got nothing. It's just a raid event.
Yeah. That's it.
right. Yep. Okay. So that's all we have. If you guys want more, I promise you we're kind of just cutting this short. Not cutting it short, but I think we if we really wanted to, we could talk for another 3 hours about Pokemon, period.
Again.
Yeah.
And I'm
BSP
sure
rant video coming to a channel near you.
That's the video that person's channel gets, the BDSP rant video.
First video ever. BSP sucks.
I'm sure we're gonna yap about our thoughts and opinions on the presents on Renee's video. Oh my god, voice crack. We're gonna yap about that. But yeah, I will like the video and do all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.